Hello and welcome to our program. There is a question that comes up often during times of self-reflection. Who really am I? What really defines me? Am I a product of my thought, my emotions, and my actions? Or am I just a result of my circumstances? Difficult questions. And most of us, most of the time, don't even bother with an answer. But every once in a while, there is someone who's brave enough to attempt to feel, flow with, and articulate this journey, which is their path, to live and share experiences of this mosaic we call life. Our guest today is one such traveler. Please join me in welcoming Syeda Hameed, who's a writer, social activist, and currently member Planning Commission. Syeda ji, welcome to the program. Congratulations at the launch of Beautiful Country. Doordarshan was a part of the launch, and we'd just like to take our viewers through this launch.
हर एक जो चैप्टर है इसको मैंने प्लानिंग कमीशन की फाइल्स में पढ़े थे, क्योंकि ये साइदा जी के टूर रिपोर्ट्स हैं। तो इनकी राइटिंग इतनी पावरफुल है और इतनी अच्छी पिक्चर दिखाते हैं कि असलियत क्या है, किस तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, कैसे लोग अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व कर रहे हैं और कहाँ हमारी योजनाएं ठीक चल रही हैं, कहाँ इतनी ठीक नहीं चल रही हैं। तो मैंने इनको कहा था इनको इकट्ठा करके किताब बनाना। तो मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि फाइनली इनकी किताब पब्लिश हो गई और मेरी उम्मीद है कि बहुत लोग पढ़ेंगे।
Beautiful Country traces the journey of two of us women, I who have gone through life's countless bylanes, and Gunjan, who is a student of conflict studies and who brings to the book the perspective of 514 million Indian youth. We embark on our journey, the lines of a poet echoing in our head. सफर है शर्त मुसाफिर नवाज को तेरे हजार हाथ शजरे सायादार राह में।
Syeda ji, Sri Montek Singh Ahluwalia has called it dangerously powerful reading. A very loaded terms and extremely powerful by themselves. तो इसकी शुरुआत इस किताब की, इसका जन्म कैसे हुआ?
जैसे मैंने कहा अपनी रिमार्क्स में कि शर्त तो यह है कि इंसान ट्रैवल करे. द कंडीशन इज टू ट्रैवल. देयर आर सो मेनी शेडी ट्रीज दैट लाइन द वे. सो हैविंग डिसाइडेड दैट द ओनली वे I can do anything meaningful in planning, because I am not an economist, I cannot crunch numbers. So I thought that perhaps because I have been always working close to the ground, the best thing for me is that now that I have an opportunity to really go and see into those parts of the country which are almost always untouched and invisibilized by the mainstream media, people, everyone. So that is where I took my inspiration from the untold and unknown corners of this country.
Ma'am, the strength of the book is the fact that you've moved away from numbers, and the soul of the book is you've seen with your eyes, you've seen with your ears and with your heart. And this change actually coming from somebody who's actually sitting in the so-called ivory tower, and when we all have this notion of people who are sitting in government bodies, but the touch, the grassroots connect is so strong. So in these 5 years, tell us a bit about the journeys.
I think let images just come to my mind. I remember that I had gone for a public hearing in somewhere in Badohi in UP, and there was about maybe 1,500 to 2,000 people who had come out in a village. It was really quite an unknown little dusty village in UP. And one by one the people came on the stage, and basically the issue was starvation deaths. And generally bhukmari, malnutrition. And this one woman came with her 2 children, and I still remember her name was Kanti Devi. She was very, very dark woman, and I have a photograph with her. Much later, when I was looking through the photographs to put into the book, my nephew, who's a dermatologist, looking over my shoulder, said, "God, this is a classic case of lead poisoning. The water around where she lives must be poisoned." So, you know, these are images. Or I even just staying with UP in Banaras, I remember going into a basti and meeting this woman. Her name was Maimun Nisa, and she was carrying a little baby who I thought was about 6 months. It turned out his name was Arman and he was 1.5. And she told us that all I have been able to feed him is sabudane ka pani. So, and there was no breast milk, of course, because she was very malnourished. So to me, those are the realities, and it's these images that stick in my mind, as also the images of hope, the images of good things happening all over the country in the most unknown places. But I'll tell you about them as you ask me.